Anyways, folks, I'm going to make this short response to Donald Trump sending, National Guard troops into the heart of Washington, D.C., and federal agents, this, that, whatever. Because y'all need to hear from a real person, okay? You need to hear from, boots on the ground, like myself. I'm a civilian, but, I'm out there. I work all around, and all driving all through the hood, this, that, boom. And here's what I'm going to tell you, folks. The average person who lives in these rough areas welcome the cops and the National Guard. Oh, yeah. Like Tupac say, what, you don't think we want to be safe? You know what I'm saying? Now, you notice how, on NPR and CNN, MSNBC, you name them, maybe all of them. Oh, crime stats say the stats don't mean nothing when people are still getting shot and cut up and carjacked. How arrogant, how smug of the Ivy League. You know what I'm saying? Throwing stats, and that's so insulting and condescending. If you want to know how people feel about Trump trying to make their environment safer, then talk to the people. Quit putting on insulting us. Oh, here's expert Dr. who lives in a castle 30, 40 miles away from the crime area. But yet the geek is going to look into the camera and say, oh, crime is down. So what? That's like saying 1,000 people, there's 1,000 homicides, so now there's only 800 homicides? That's still 800 too many people. It's like these arrogant, snug or smug Ivy League types. They don't even acknowledge that real people exist. You see what I'm saying? It's like they talk amongst themselves. This professor, that expert, this correspondent. And none of them live in the ghetto. That's why you should buy my book, Surviving in the Hood as an Outsider. You can still buy it on Amazon. Surviving in the Hood as an Outsider. But what I'm saying is none of these people live in the areas of high crime. So who are they to comment on it? Not the mayor of Chicago. Can't stand that dude. And I'm a person of color, folks. But I can't align myself with utter stupidity coming from the voices and the opinions expressed of some of these, I don't know what you call them, Ivy League prudes who are going to sit there and tell people with gunshots ringing out in the background, look at any major news, or look at the news headlines of any major city, and you tell me that crime is down. I don't care if it's down or not. It hasn't stopped. It's almost like these Ivy League types, man. They're happy. Oh, it doesn't matter if people die. Let them die. At least crime is down. That's the attitude they have towards y'all, us. Like they think that, they study us the way you study guinea pigs. Like, oh, they're used to it. Them black people, they're used to the crime. It's just nothing you can do about it. Don't infringe on their rights. And that's another thing, these arrogant Ivy League types, both black and whites, they're the same. The elite class, whatever. What they don't get is they think they lump all black folks in with criminals. So they act like just because, they act like, let's say a person who commits a felon who's black and is a lifelong criminal, somehow that a black person or Hispanic person or whatever, somehow, we're good with that. That somehow we're the best of friends. You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me? You see, they don't make distinctions between behavior. That's what I don't like about the elite class. They don't make that distinction between a lifelong career criminal and Edward who gets up and goes to work every morning on the docks. They just think, we're all the same. And I find that very insulting and dangerous. And that's why in these, Democrat cities or whatever, with these black mayors or whatever, they don't ever do nothing about the crime. It's like, just live with it. You know what I'm saying? Just live with it. That's just nothing we can do about it. That's just your natural habitat. That's just your natural habitat. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Ivy League prude. It ain't my natural habitat. Why don't you come stay in the ghetto or in the hood? Okay, you think it's so safe out here, then come on. Let me show you some stuff. You think it's so safe? Yeah, let me take you on a field trip. And not just me, but there's a lot of common working class people of color who feel the same way. And Democrats are driving us away, folks. Well, I never was really one. I was an independent. I still am an independent. But they're driving black folks and Hispanics and minorities right into the camp of Republicans or independents or conservatives, whatever. They've just gone off the rails. They don't make sense. They're dishonest. And they insult people with this smugness, like, oh, we know what's best. People are dying out here on the streets. Gangs, threatening people, hurting people. And they have the nerve, the gall to get on stats say crime is going down. Like, shut them. As they traverse back to their gated community up on the shiny hill, 100 miles away from downtown Baltimore. How pompous of these people, man. But look at here. If there's any news person that hears this or whatever, if you really want to know how I feel about... Not only that, real quick, I'm going to finish my statement, but let me just say this real quick. The cops or the guard, they're not there for you dumb politicians, you Democrat politicians. They're there to protect the people that you would not. It ain't about you. These politicians are so selfish. Well, we don't want them here. It's always the mayor, always some elected bureaucrat or something. Oh, we don't. Well, that's the hell with what you want. It ain't about you. It's about trying to save lives and restore some law and order to communities that everyone should be able to enjoy, not just rich, affluent, liberal types. You know what I'm saying? They act like, I guess they don't think poor people deserve to live in peace and whatever. And we're not stupid. They always say, oh, people are afraid of nobody's afraid of seeing a cops and a National Guard. Again, you see how stupid the Ivy League types think that we are? Like we're just lab rats to them. Oh, well, they're going to be afraid. Nobody's afraid unless you're a criminal. These guardsmen and cops, they're not here to harass people, regular, law-abiding, regular folks. Now, if you're a criminal up to no good, you're about to rape a woman, and here comes a cop to get you. Yeah, you're gonna have some anxiety. That's the effect it's supposed to have, and they think that we're too stupid to understand that. Nobody afraid of the guard. My heart doesn't start. Oh my God, there's a guardsman standing there. Ooh, I need a therapist. Get the out of my face, man. I'm glad the government stopped funding NPR. But anyways, let me calm down. If there's any reporter out there and you really want to know how we people here on the street, forget about the experts. What are they? They sound stupid. I hear gunshots in the background. Oh, there's no crime. As they, talk from their castle 100 miles away. You know what I'm saying? Like that movie Trading Places. They, Thorpe and Winthorpe or whatever, But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But let them see you walking through their neighborhood at night and see how quick they peer the curtains and call the cops on your butt. You know what I'm saying? They're liberal by day and act all, oh, lovey-dovey-dovey, we love you. I dare you to go into their neighborhoods at night once the sun goes down. But all I'm saying in closing, if you want to know how regular people feel about, Trump wanting to make their environment safer, then talk to regular people and stop listening to these NPR and CNN correspondents and Ivy League types and experts with their smug responses. It's not about them. It's about us and our safety. I don't care if them seeing the National Guard makes them look bad. I mean, they had all this time to correct it. Why didn't they? Again, they don't care. They're happy to see blacks and Hispanics slaughtering themselves. Guns and gangs and cocaine and cartel and this. That's just chaos is their platform. They're just mad that Trump is showing them up. And I blame Republicans too. They could have done this also. Politicians are about useless, man, on both sides for the most part. But Trump kind of is his own entity. But anyways, that's all. I'm going to leave it at that. So yeah, I welcome the guardsmen. They're not going to send them where I live. But I'm just saying, if they did, I'd welcome it. So would a lot of women, single women. There are a lot of single women, black women in the ghetto, in the hood. or what I call the working class hood neighborhood type places. You don't think they welcome it? Take your cameras and your microphones to the streets and talk to the real people. Don't be, don't talk to some nerdy college professor from Harvard. The heck he knows about what's going on out here on the streets, man. All right, that's it. I'm out.